Hello, I'm James George, and this is Creative Beacon. And this week, I'm going to show you how to do a stacked bar graph in Adobe Illustrator. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, okay, so I've got to figure out all of the values and measure the distance, and you don't have to do any of that. It's actually really easy. Um, I'm going to show you right below the blend tool here. You have a set of different graphs and things like that. And so if you go to the stacked bar graph tool, which is what I'm going to do, if you double click the tool, it's got all of them here, and you've got different options here, graph options. And so you can have the values on the bottom side, top, or on both sides. You can add a drop shadow, which we'll just do that just for fun. First row in front, add legend across the top, let's check that. First column in front, and so what that means is if it's stacked, the way Illustrator stacks objects. The bar width 90%, cluster width, so you can you can highly customize the look of your graph. And if you click OK, you can click and drag out where your bar graph is going to go. Now, here you want to put in your values and hit enter each time. And so, like here, we'll put in 10, enter, 15, enter, 25, enter, 11, enter, 5, enter, 14, enter, 19. Let's change it to 17, enter. Okay, so from here, you've got these little buttons across here, and you can import data. So if you've got an Excel spreadsheet, you could actually just import it, and you don't even have to worry about the values. They'll automatically be put in there. And if you just hit the check mark to apply, there's your bar graphs. Makes it really easy. And then you can get rid of that. And if you use your direct selection tool, you can select each bar graph. And you can see that this little shape here behind it is supposed to be the drop shadow. But you can select this and colorize it. So we'll go over to swatches, and you can create your own custom colors all the way down through here. So like one, I'll make orange. Oops, we want to make sure we're not on stroke. Actually, I don't want stroke on any of these. So I will make sure to remove it. And let's go down through here and make sure that there's no stroke on anything. I really don't want a stroke on anything. And that direct selection tool is key, because if you try to do this with the direct selection tool, or the selection tool, it will just select the whole thing. But if you use the direct selection tool, you can go through and customize the look of your bar graph and change each individual color. So on the fill, we'll go to swatches, change that to orange. Maybe this time that will be blue, then purple, yellow, red, like a gold, and hot pink. And what's cool about the little shadow being editable is you can leave it like a flat bar graph, which is the design style right now, or you can blur this if you wanted. We'll go back and select these. One thing you could do is select each one of these, then go down to transparency and drop them down to like maybe 30%, so it's not so crisp, and gives you just a slight shadow, which is interesting. It looks like it's hovering just above the surface. And if you have like a slight color on something, or maybe like a cream color or something, and you want to help make the bar stand out, that's a great way to do it. Or you could go up to effects and apply a blur or drop, or not, maybe not a drop shadow because that's supposed to be a drop shadow, but you could feather it, or you could do anything really. You could create any kind of style that you want. You could fill this with a pattern in the background and make it stripes. You could really customize the look of this, and that's what really makes this awesome. And you can see it already plotted all the values for you, and this is just a really handy tool. You have several different options for different bar graphs and area graphs, scatter plot, pie graph, radar graph tool. So next time that you want to create a visual representation of data, instead of using like PowerPoint or charts in Word or something like that, use Illustrator. Especially if you're a designer, you'll want to use Illustrator because you can really create some beautiful infographics and really just blow people away with your data. That's it for this week. I'm James George, and this is Creative Beacon.